What's up, guys? It's Dr. Vic. You're listening to another episode here on the Mindful Experiment Podcast. Excited to be back here. I hope you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day. I hope whoever was your Valentine's Day, that you showed them just a little bit of love and affection. To be honest, it is not a holiday that I truly look forward to, but it is special for my wife, and I try to make it as special as I can. Now that even I have a little daughter, I had to make it special for her because I want her to know that her partner should always honor these things. And so I always got her a little something too, and she was very appreciative of it. Before we get started, always to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Check out the show notes. We have our program getting ready. We're fine tuning it right now. All about reconnecting to the greatness, to your source, to who you are, to get to the level. This is going to bring quantum physics, neuroscience. We're bringing ancient wisdom, spirituality, concrete things that have been tested over time. I've been doing this for 6 years with coaching clients, and I've been doing this work for 17 years now. It's crazy. I've been in this journey of helping myself how to attract the life that I desire. How does this whole thing called life work? What is the mechanism of the processes behind it? And what are the things that we need to do? And what do we do wrong? Right? And we'll get into all the wrong stuff first, and then we'll teach how to do things in a certain way. My biggest purpose behind all this is help people raise their consciousness level so they can connect to source and express the true essence of who they are on this world, which is going to help shift the world to a whole nother dimension, a whole nother level, whole nother conscious level, and so much more. So check out it in the show notes. And in the show notes, you can go ahead and get onto the waitlist right now. We're going to have two options. Once we release, if you're on the waitlist, you get a steep discount. So just join it for that. But the key point is we're going to have an online one where you can just go ahead, DIY it yourself, go as you like and so forth. You get a whole year to complete the course. And then we're going to have a group coaching session for those who are really eager to make this change for 2025 and beyond, who really want to radically change their life in every shape, way, and form. They're tired of the struggle. They're tired of the hustle. They're tired of the grit and grind. They're tired of hitting a ceiling every single time. They're tired of they know they're worth more and they just don't know why. And this could be in business. Doesn't have to be in business. This program is designed for anybody. That group coaching session will be the ones who want to really take it to the full level. That's what I'll be joining you on a weekly basis to tap in and to really challenge and to help share, help you elevate through a process of the content. That it's going to be an online course with group coaching on top of it. So you got the online course, and you have the group coaching one. So join the waitlist. There is going to be a steep discount that will not be advertised anywhere else except for those on the waitlist. We're a little bit behind on schedule on what we planned on doing. My family and I I didn't get the flu. I got bronchitis, but my family got the flu, and it knocked me out about 10 days with all that. So I'm just getting back into things. And so a little behind on this, but join, accept. We're looking at March to get this up and running. We're very excited about it, and we want you to be a part of it. Check out some of the freebie stuff we have in there. I'm coming out with a new ebook for free. You'll see it in the show notes, and it's all about taking action into certain things that I've been sharing already about abundance mindset and things like that. I'm going to share some more to same book, but just going to add more into it to where you can have a play-by-play to help you just a little bit. So to give you extra value for it. It's totally free. All you have to do is just click the book and get it. And you get that in the show notes. And then make sure to join our Facebook group page. We Return to Source is what it's called right now. And we're eventually going to change the name of it, but that's what it is for now. And this is for anyone to be part of it. I share stuff on there. We're eventually getting into Facebook Lives and stuff like that. We'll be recording the podcast live there so you can watch it and listen to it live and so forth. So that is all the housekeeping I have. Today, I want to talk about talking about this with a client about mental toughness, the grit, the discipline, the focus, and what does it take to get to that point? And what's the journey through it all, right? And sometimes people think that mental toughness is only for elite business people or elite athletes, and really it's for anyone. But I'm going to share something a little different about that today. It's not going to be the podcast you think. I can promise you, you're going to get something really deep and valuable out of this, and so much more. Because a lot of times, the truth is that every day when you have resiliency to what you deal with in life, whatever shows up, you're going to have success eventually. And the success is not just business and money. That's your relationships, your health, all the attributes to life. And so this is where you can look at aspects of yourself to say, okay, well, how do I get to that state of having mental resiliency? How do I create that for myself so I can stay focused on the prize? and so much more. Okay. So I'm going to get into this. This is going to be a short, quick, sweet, hopefully short. I like to talk a little bit. But one of the big things is when we look at creating mental resiliency, I think the biggest thing, and this is my first thing I want to share with you guys, is that you have to have extreme ownership of one's own responsibility to life. You have to have, you are the only creator of your life. Every single thing, I'm going to say this many times, every single thing that goes through in your life is because of you and only you. It is the energy and it's the vibration that you are emitting out into the universe that's reflecting back to you. Like attracts like. So when you think about like attracting like, whatever you're emitting out there, you're going to bring towards yourself. And so when you understand that principle, you cannot blame somebody else. You can't be a victim. It doesn't matter. None of that matters anymore. Now you're just telling yourself a lie. And the truth is, everything comes to you first. Everything will show up, be because of you. So you have to take extreme ownership in your life and say, you know what? I've been trying to break free. I've been having money struggles here and there. I'm not making ends meet, X, Y, Z. That's on me. It's not because of the economy or the government or whatever it is. That's on me. And it's my responsibility how I'm going to respond and how I'm going to shift and focus to see things from a different avenue. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Okay. But you have to have the extreme ownership. And one of the things I've done many times in business, this is something that I have to catch myself. I work on a lot of my clients with this, is the comfort zone. You get comfortable into a certain realm. You've been working to get something, you see a little bit of success, and you take the foot off the gas pedal. And you're like, all right, we're good, man. This is working. All right, I can relax a little bit. And then 2 months later, 3 months later, you're frustrated because things aren't going the way you wanted to. How many times do you see that in a relationship, right? You're trying to make some changes, and then you're like, okay, things are good for us now. Okay, good. I could take a step down. And then all of a sudden, I don't have to put as much effort now. Things are good. And then all of a sudden, a month or 2 or 3 months later, you're wondering why you're in a rut with the relationship, or think you're getting in more arguments than before, or you're not having that fire and spark you have with your relationship. It could be the same thing with your health, right? You're starting to work out. You're starting to, man, look at this. I'm going to get some definition. I'm starting to slim down. I lost 20 pounds. What do? Get comfortable. You don't keep the foot on the gas pedal. Ends up happening is you start to put on more weight. You start to lose what you have. And then years later, wondering where you are. I can go on and on in relationships with kids. I could go into business and career. We get stuck in that comfort. And the thing is, with mental resiliency and being committed, we'll talk about that in a minute, you're going to keep focused. And you're not doing it for ego. You're not doing it for fame or anything like that. You're doing it because of something else. We're going to talk about that aspect of it too. And that's what's going to help you break through and to create and keep growing. Because once you have momentum, Donald Trump said this in his book, momentum is momentum is what creates success, in other words. And so when you have momentum, that is going to be the aspect of all success. And it really is true, because once you have momentum, then if you add more to it, it makes it easier to go. And next thing you know, you don't have to work as hard. You're spending less time. Look at billionaires. They don't spend all day long grinding it out 20 hours a day from all the gurus and self-help and business tell you. They don't do any of that. But yet the gurus are telling you have to do it all the time. And so the extreme ownership, I think, is the biggest one out of them all. Okay. The second I want to share with you in your life to help you in this process to create mental resiliency is the hardest one. And this is what business owners thought I was selling snake oil when I started coaching business owners, is you have to be committed to a vision of what's important to you and why. Why does this really matter to you? Okay. And you want to get crystal clear. Like, I don't want to be a billionaire. Making $1 billion is not really that important to me. It'll be cool to have, cool to do, right? Am I striving for it? Yeah, but the purpose is not that. The purpose is the freedom to have the time with my family, to choose what I like, to choose what I enjoy, to get into running different businesses, to help in charity events that I think are very important, to do research, which I love to do. These are things that I love. I don't care. Somebody say, well, you're going to want to get there. That's all lofty go. I don't care if I don't get there. The key is this is what I'm going for. And I know the more I feed into what I'm committed to and what I care about, my vision is, I'm going to get there. Some way, somehow, it will happen, because the hows don't matter. It's about your passion and vision and being committed to yourself to know that, hey, this is where I'm going and this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm choosing to do, and that's the end of it. And you're going to keep your focus there at all times, no matter what shows up in your life. That, to me, is what helped me get through all my dark times. Because I would have tell myself, well, this is hard. I don't enjoy it, but I can choose my hard. I'd rather choose what I'm doing now than the opposite. And the other thing is, I know this is going to work out the way I want it to. I just know. Don't know how, but I know. Because that vision, I'm going to make that happen. It's going to happen. I'm not going to make it. It's going to happen. Because we don't really make things. We attract things. And once we start changing that vocabulary around, it's a little different. And I'm still programmed, so I have to catch myself just like I did. But it's one of those things where I'm going to attract that into my life. And it's going to happen. Because I know the laws, and I know it will work. Extreme ownership. Take control, right? So you have to be full responsibility of your thoughts and your vibe. Your emotions, your thoughts, your vibes. So when people say vibration, it's really your thought, your emotion, and what you focus on. You take those three things. So I know if I keep my focus, my thoughts, and my vibes on what I want to create for myself and get very excited about that journey and seeing it here and now, done. Whatever shows up doesn't matter because I know it's coming. Like I was 50% less than what I was going to hit my goal for financially in the first quarter. Okay, it's fine. Keep my focus and I'm going to keep going. Eventually I'll get there. And then that goal in a quarter will be a month. And when it's in a month, then it'll be a week. And when it's a week, and it's a day. And I just keep telling myself every day. I see it happening already. Even if I'm not there, I see it happening anyhow. And that's what you need to see for yourself. It's in business, in your life, in your relationship, with your health. You have to see it already there. And know that there's going to be shortcomings. You know it's going to happen. When I was talking to a client and we were talking about, I said, you want to hit this lofty goal? I want you to say to yourself, this is going to be the hardest thing in the world to achieve. It is so hard, it's almost impossible. And I said, I want you to keep telling yourself that. And he's like, Doc, that's kind of against what you teach. So no, it's not. What I'm trying to do is get your mind to truly believe it's going to be hard. Because when something is hard, then all of a sudden you level up and you will see things in different ways, or how you have to level up to overcome it. Or if you're like, I'm just going to get there and it's going to be easy, there's a good chance that you already said that's going to be easy. You already said you're going to accomplish that. In a sense that there's most of the time the brain gets into a comfort state. So you want to be able to challenge yourself. And this is what elite athletes do. Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest basketball player of all time just because he said he was. He never did, actually. What he did is he wanted to challenge himself against the best and just keep challenging himself against the best of whoever. And that's a growth mentality. A lot of people like to say growth mindset. But really what it is that you are always challenging yourself to be better and better and better, to grow and expand, and be committed to the vision of being your best version of yourself. So when you're going to go with someone, I used to do this all the time in sports. I loved going against the hardest pitcher in baseball, or the hardest team. Or if I play racquetball, I want to go against the hardest player. Heck, one time I played against a professional. I was at Arizona State and they had a professional racquetball thing. And here's a guy, I'm going to play with him. He was in his mid 50s, 60s, probably early 60s, mid 50s. And I'm like, I'm young, I'm fast. I could probably beat him. And then I was watching him play. He had a weird spin on the ball. I'd never seen it before. I was like, okay, this guy is definitely good at what he does. Within the first 5 minutes of playing, I'm going, shoot, I'm in trouble here. He is going to whoop me. So my mentality changed, and I started to get as strategic as I could, thinking on the spot, trying to show I played better in racquetball than I ever had in my whole entire life at 19 years old against this guy. I only lost by 2 points in the first one. He was a pro. I only lost by 2. It was 15-13. Then I lost 15-5 and 15-4. So, I kind of gave up. I kind of lost my steam at the end there. But the point I'm trying to share is it made me a better player. And all of a sudden I went to go back to playing with friends, and I was dominated because I learned from that guy. He helped me play at another level. This happens with me in business. This happens with me in other sports. I used to love playing in playoffs. My batting average in playoffs was always way better than it was in the season. And it used to frustrate me because I'm like, why can't I hit like this in the season? I did well in the season, but man, playoffs was I was a beast. And what I realized is there was a lot of stakes at higher. There was a lot more pressure on me. And because of that, that's what made me see things at different levels. So you have to commit to the process, see yourself at the level, and really achieve at that, okay? Another thing you want to do is and this is going to relate to your vibe, okay? You have to have emotional control. You got to make sure that you don't become reactive to what you're seeing in your life. You have to stay centered, right? And you have to make sure that you're not letting whatever is showing up interfere, thinking this is what it's going to be. It's just a shortcoming, and you're going to keep moving forward because you're focusing on the vision. That's why it's critical that your vibe is your thoughts, your emotions, and your focus. And so when we focus on something, we're reacting. That's because we're focusing at the short term of what is and thinking it's permanent, and that messes with us. And it messes your vibe, it throws everything off, and it makes it harder for you to achieve what you desire. So you want to make sure you keep your focus on the vision no matter what shows up, because that is where you're going, and that's what you're going to become. As long as you keep your focus there, keep your vibe high, and keep your attention to that, and look at all the clues as they start to come in, align, and only put your focus there. It is by law that you will achieve that. Okay? It is by law. It's a universal law that has been set in stone. Okay? One thing I do want to say, like everyone, last part here is a lot of times people think the grind and the hustle is you just got, you got to sacrifice, you got to get uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you that's not true. The thing you need to focus on is your vision and be focused on there. The second thing you need to do is trust the process. There's going to be a flow to this. So you're going to have ups and downs. They're going to come. It's going to be hard. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to grow. It's also going to show you what you put your focus to. Because if you're feeling high vibes, you're aligned to your source. If you're feeling low vibes, then all of a sudden you're not aligned to the source. And you're putting focus in areas that it shouldn't be there, which is going to minimize you and your goals and your goals of where you want to go. So that's the key element to this. I really want to hammer that out. And I hope I really got there. There are some past episodes I do talk about these things: your vibe, consciousness level, how to attract things, surrender. There's a ton of these episodes in the past that are all talking about bits and pieces of what I'm bringing here to the table today. But that's the key element. So when you're getting stressed and you're having reactions, emotional reactions, do some breath work, go out in nature, connect, ground, reset your energy. So that way you can be better focused to seeing what you want and focus on what you want to create for yourself. Every single morning, wake up and say, today's an amazing day. God, whatever you want, whatever religion you believe in, or just God, a higher power, or just yourself. I look forward to today and thank you for today. I look forward to all the amazing things that are going to show up for me today. And you go on with your day. And you don't go at the end of the day saying, well, there wasn't that much amazing things. You find them and keep your focus there, because remember, your focus dictates what you're really putting your energy to. That's what I got for you guys today. I hope this helps. Check the stuff out in the show notes. Join the group. Go ahead, a Facebook group we have. Get on the waitlist for the program. If you like what I'm talking about here, trust me, the program is going to be 50 times better, at least, maybe even 100. I'm really bringing it in that program. So join the waitlist. Again, like I said, we're going to have two options: online and group coaching with me on it. Any questions, any topics you want to have, email me. Emails in the show notes, and get connected with us. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.